Welcome back to 60 Minutes. In the war against Islamic State, good news has been hard to find. Coalition airstrikes have had some impact, underlined this past week by reports that a missile has seriously injured ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. But the dangerous task of pushing back this barbaric terrorist movement must be done on the ground. And much of that hard graft is borne by the courageous Kurdish women warriors known as the YPJ. I first met these fearless women in Kurdish Syria last year as they stood shoulder to shoulder against the dreadful advance of ISIS. 6 months on, I've just returned from Syria, where I again spent time with the female fighters on the front line. What I saw there was both triumphant and terrible. The Kurdish women warriors roll into their recaptured city. A victory won just days ago against the most barbaric enemy in the world. ISIS is in retreat here, beaten by their most feared opponents. What is it like to drive through a town like Tel Hamis and know that you have liberated it from ISIS?
As a town and as a symbol, Tel Hamis is very important to us. It's a very big victory. It shows everyone, everywhere, we are the wall between the world and this enemy.
On front lines across northern Syria, the battle rages on. The distant smoke of a coalition airstrike marks an ISIS heavy gun taken out moments before. The female fighters of the YPJ and their male compatriots of the YPG have just pushed ISIS back across this canal, a vital defensive barrier, and they'll hold it at all costs.
We can see people moving in that village, and that is why we are shooting. We will do everything to push them back.
The YPJ, or People's Protection Units, are cleaning ISIS out of their Kurdish homeland, by day and by night. Street by street, house by house. In many ways, this is a far different war to the one I covered here 6 months ago. The battle is just as fierce, but now the momentum seems to be on the Kurd side. They've forged an 80-kilometre front line here just in this northern part of Syria, and just in the last 4 weeks they've recaptured 2 cities, 400 towns, and taken back nearly 2,500 square kilometres. Last September, this town, Rabia, was an intense front line. ISIS was within 200 metres, threatening to overrun us. Is there any chance that ISIS could break through to here? A month after we were here, ISIS was pushed back over the horizon. Now their nearest position is over 100 kilometres away. So the green and yellow is YPJ and the purple is ISIS. When I last met YPJ Commander Nizrin, ISIS was at the peak of its military power in Syria. Now she shows me how the tide has turned in 6 months. With the help of coalition airstrikes, The Kurdish forces in Syria have retaken the major cities of Tel Hamas, Tel Tamar, Tel Barak and Kobani on the Turkish border. There have been victories and losses against ISIS in neighbouring Iraq, but right now it's Syria where this war is being won.